everyone. Welcome to this another episode of series of podcast by Vajiram and Ravi. This is Pooja Singh. And today I have our honorable guest, our esteemed faculty with us, Subhash Mahapatra sir. Sir, welcome to the podcast.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Pooja.
Thank you so much for joining us, sir. Today, the discussion would definitely revolve around sociology. Yes, the star subject. Sir, first I would like to know, this is such a popular subject. What is so much unique about this subject that appeals students so much?
See, in UPSC exam, when we speak about the popularity of a subject, it is defined on the basis of two yardsticks. First is the kind of syllabus that a subject offers. And second is the form of result that the subject produce. I'll be starting with the first point, what kind of syllabus sociology offers you. As I keep saying regularly, sociology is a narrative of everyday life of a person. Your thought, your perception, your beliefs, your institutions, your problems, resolution of the problems, public policy, social contradictions, conflict, change, progress. The collective life of the people in society is the subject matter of sociology. Sociology deals with the study of caste that everybody encounters in everyday life. It deals with the study of tribes, class, family, kinship, religion, politics, development, change, from out of which nobody can escape, whether you are a student of sociology or you live in a society. Therefore, subject that is called as sociology, I'm repeating once again, it's a narrative of everybody's life. It's one's perception, understanding, ideas about the things surrounding you from which you cannot escape.
Truly.
Your reaction, your reflection to the problems around you, your concerns about these problems, your expectations about how these problems can be resolved, how a society can be created that is all inclusive in character, that can bring happiness in the lives of the people, how social life is being constructed on a regular basis through the behavior of the people. So therefore it's a beautiful subject that is the life script of all of us, narrated in various ways. So one develops an interest while reading this subject. So popularity of subject, it's centering around the theme of the subject offered to you in the form of the syllabus. So therefore you'll be finding out many optional subjects have their highs and lows in UPSC exam. But sociology is like the waves in the middle of the sea, constant, persistent, continuous, still enduring in character. And second part, when we talk about the score, we must have to understand why a student is getting a good score irrespective of the subject. Subject not only gives score, love for the subject, passion for the subject, understanding of the subject, intensity of attachment with the subject, and the flair of the subject, which you can carry forward and transform that into writing, that ultimately decides your score. And sociology is scoring in the sense, sociological language is very fluid language. You can write your answers in a common man's language. You can write with a flair. But if your narrative is appealing the mind of the examiner, you get good marks. And over the years you have seen that sociology is quite consistent and result is varying from 9.5% to 11 to 12%. Which is not, is very regular in case of other subjects. So therefore, scoring is good not only because of marks. We have to look into how students get the score. One, quality reading materials are available. And one doesn't have to refer to so many source materials to get a good score in sociology. Repetitive revision, standard text, and best of the best understanding can give you good score in sociology. And what most of the time students do, they are primarily starting their preparation with good understanding. And to eyes on that understanding, they refer to some basic books. And they develop a kind of sociological imagination. And on the basis of that imagination, you bring freshness in your answer. The beauty of sociology is 10 students are writing same answer. Content will be different.
True.
Because most of the answers students write are based upon their understanding. So content is standardized content. But analysis, explanations will be different. So therefore, many students get a good score in sociology because they develop a sociological imagination. They know how to use the content. And on the basis of this imagination and content, they present varieties of answers which appeal to the mind of the examiner and they get good score.
So when we were talking about best out of best preparation, right? This program of Sociology Enrichment at Vajiram and Ravi, how unique it is and how it is going to provide a comprehensive preparation at our institute.
See, this whole idea of enrichment, it came from where? Let me tell you very clearly that this idea of enrichment never came out of the spirit of market. We have to run a course, we have to primarily make money from out of it. Never came out of that. You know, what I have seen is that extremely good students, having comprehensive understanding of sociology, they can stand any day and deliver a talk on sociology in a brilliant manner. Many of them are not getting a good score. And some students are finishing coaching in 4 months' time, in a gap of 3 months writing the exam, and getting very good marks.
True.
So when I communicated with the students that your knowledge is so good, so apt, but why that is not reflected in terms of marks? Their answer used to be that, sir, we didn't get sufficient time to do this writing practice. And always I keep telling, how much you know that will be stored in your head. How much marks you get, that is dependent on what you write in the exam paper.
True.
Therefore, in order to write a best answer, you have to practice that answer. You have knowledge. You need to comprehend that knowledge. And that comprehensive knowledge that you primarily carry must be represented in your answer on the basis of the demand of the question. So enrichment program is so designed that every week we'll be conducting test that will be carrying around 10 questions from one chapter and varieties of questions. You know, questions from a particular topic can maintain diversity. You can connect that topic to current affairs. You can connect that question to primarily imagination. You can connect that question to ideas. You can interconnect that question with other chapters. So while making a question, you can bring varieties. If students write varieties of answer on a particular chapter, there is a great probability that in the exam they will be getting one such question from a particular chapter. So therefore, they have done practice beforehand. And that practice will be giving them a good score. So enrichment program is giving them direction, giving them a kind of idea about how to structure the content, how to write different answers for a particular question which is twisted, molded, or a question that is being primarily linked with other things. So same kind of content you will not be writing for same kind of question. When question is molded, question is connected, the sense of the question, demands of the question becomes different. So how to handle such kind of questions? So the direction, that guidance, that orientation is given to the students in enrichment test. And most importantly, it is to be remembered. The people, those who are correcting the papers, they have vast academic experience. They are pure professionals. They are not the people, those who primarily, didn't clear the exam and they are called to correct the papers. Sociology papers are corrected by the professionals. They have got an experience of 15 to 18 years of teaching. So these people, when they correct the papers, they know the subject. They are not superficially correcting the papers. So I have told, your team, they will be displaying some answer sheets.
Yes, sir.
Where you can see how intensively the papers are corrected.
Surely, sir.
And many times I have seen, as much as student writes, half of it the examiner are writing in the answer script, bringing new content, adding primarily new ideas, telling the students where they have gone wrong, grammar they correct, flow of the answer they check, they add up content, and most importantly, they develop an interface with the current affairs. And where the students primarily are committing mistakes, so that is being identified. Teachers are meeting the students, understanding their problems. Language is also corrected. So this is a form of hand-holding exercise for the students to make them exam ready.
Basically, sir, we are focusing on all-in-all divergent thinking.
Yeah, and most importantly, I spoke to a few students. Many of them are writing their attempt, which is their first and last attempt. And they don't have much of time in hand. And they requested, sir, we have 4 months time in hand. So we'll be doing the writing practice. And this writing practice make you ready with 150 questions. If 150 questions you have prepared in a subject, any subject for that matter, is properly evaluated, and if 10% of the questions come in the exam, then you are through.
So when I was going through the structure of this program, I saw this fortnightly doubt clearing session.
Yes.
What is that about, sir?
See, actually what we are doing, previously we are not giving them any kind of, model answers. I don't use the word model answers. Structured answers for each question. What examiner feels that this is the best of the answer for the question. Since we are giving them printed answers for each question, discussing the questions doesn't make any sense. Every fortnight, I will be sitting, it will be an online meeting, and maybe few other colleagues will be sitting. We'll be taking doubts from the students. And these doubts can be related to the questions we have asked or any other questions students carry in mind. So the doubt clearance session will be continuing for 1 hour if they want, so it can further be continued for a long time. So that no doubt is there in the mind of the students, number 1, regarding the content. Number 2, how to write a good answer. Number 3, which are the probable questions that they should be focusing on. And most importantly, number 4, how they are organizing their answers, specifically the short notes. Because 13 short notes they have to write and 6 long answers they have to write. If short notes they are writing good, they have edge over others.
So now next question is totally could be asked to you only because you hold more than 40 years of experience. What is the common struggle that all the aspirants of sociology optional are facing, and the struggle that you see like in every batch, every year you see?
See, it's a very interesting question.
Yes, sir.
When somebody joins the course, he comes to me or comes to us without any background in sociology. When they leave the class, they become confident sociologists. So confidence is good, but overconfidence is bad. And first struggle that the students face in sociology is the problem of plenty. You know what they do? When a lecture is being delivered in the class, they try to take down everything that is spoken to them in the class. At the end of the course, they come forward to me with 3,000 pages of materials, which is extremely difficult for them to digest.
True.
And there is a difference between university exam and UPSC exam. In university, you have to know everything in every possible detail. Here, you have to know the essentiality of the argument, because when you are writing answer, you have to write a long answer in 250 to 300 words and a short not exceeding 150 words. Therefore, more you know, more you will be tempted to write. So you should be knowing the crux of the argument. You should be writing no nonsense in your answer. You should not be repetitive in character. You should not be writing that what is not expected from you to write. For example, when I'm discussing Marx, I may be giving a full lecture on Hegel to make you understand the background of Marx. Young Hegelians to understand the background of Marx. But for you, Marx is important. His theory is important. Hegelian theory of idealism is just a passing reference for you. So therefore, you should be very careful about what not to know than knowing, what it is.
That is very right, sir. So because even if you have the knowledge, putting it right on the paper is very important.
Most important thing is an intellectual knows the content. A smart writer organizes the content in a systematic way. When somebody is reading it, he feels that the reading is good. Your answer should entertain the examiner, excite the examiner. Your answer should develop an interest in the examiner to read you more. So that appeal you have to primarily reflect in your answer.
So that we are in area of this answer writing, I would like to ask, sir, how can an aspirant improve the answer writing, especially when it is concerned about sociology optional?
See, whether it is sociology optional or it is your GS or any optional for that matter. My professor told me, he's a very big man, sociologist, he told me, never consider your first answer will be the best answer.
Okay.
And in search of that best answer, your first answer never comes. When your first answer never comes, it is the end of the world. So write your first answer as the first answer, full up with mistakes, childish mistakes. There is a teacher to hold your hand and to teach you how to structure sentences, how to organize the content, how to bring a flow in your answer, how to structure and organize your answer. You need a teacher when you are about to fall. When you stand on your own, you don't need a teacher. So therefore, write your first answer, how nonsense, how stupid, how childish, how irrelevant it may be. So once your teacher is there, he's going to guide you. He's going to tell you, I'm giving you one example, very really interesting example. 2 students of this batch from Haryana, they showed me their first answer. It was so atrocious. I corrected their answer, told them, I couldn't go beyond a paragraph. So much of grammatical mistakes, so much of primarily conceptual, problems. Corrected that answer. And I told them, you bring these answers regularly to me. In this 4 months' time, they are writing so brilliant answers. I can identify these people and tell you, they are going to clear the exam. So therefore, don't have that inhibition. I am writing, not that great answer, how my teacher is going to take it. I may be feeling humiliated when he is correcting, putting red marks. And people are there to help you out. Take and explore these benefits in your favor. So therefore, make first answer your first answer. Best answer is not known to anybody. If it is pleasing the examiner, pleasing the reader, that answer becomes best.
So hesitation has to be left behind.
When a movie maker is making a movie, he is not sure whether it will be best movie or not.
True.
It is the audience, they decide whether movie is good or bad. Similarly, whether your answer is good or bad, that the person reading it is going to decide. So don't carry that impression in your mind that the answer you have written is best or worst. You give your best. The rest others will decide.
Truly, sir. So for conceptual clarity, sir, how important it is and how is this program going to address this issue?
Yes. Conceptual clarity is very, very important in sociology because a concept carries multiple meanings. For example, class is a concept. Marx defines class on the basis of control over factors of production or no control over factors of production. Weber defines class on the basis of market. Feminists explain class on the basis of gender. And if you look into Dahrendorf, you will say, class is a category of purpose to understand social conflict, social dynamics, and the structural roots of it. So people say caste can be a class, gender can be a class, community can be a class. So therefore, unless you have got that conceptual clarity, what class means, so you will not be able to do justice to a particular question. Suppose a question comes, classless society is a myth. So what kind of classless society you are talking about? In the introduction, you bring in divergent meanings to class. When Marx is holding uniform understanding about class on the basis of mode of production, he tells when economic equality is established, classless society will come into prominence. But a society where economic inequality is not present, in that society political inequality may be present. Status inequality may be present. Gender inequality may be present. So therefore inequality is present in multiple forms. But Marx being looking into inequality in one form, so his perception of classless society is not the only perception. So therefore concept and understanding of the concept give you a kind of wings to fly. And if you carry the wings and make best use of it, sky is the limit.
Truly, sir. So this program, the major component of this program is test series, right? So how are these 12 full-length tests that we are providing in this program is going to help aspirants?
See, there is a difference between enrichment program we are running now and the test series. Enrichment program is organized once the foundation batch is over.
Okay.
We run 2 foundation batch every year. And after the completion of 1 foundation batch, where students have plenty of content, they have beautiful understanding about the subject, previous year question papers are discussed with them, they are confident and they are fresh. Because recently they have finished their course, so their mind is fresh. Soon after, if they do this writing practice and make prepared answers ready, it means they are exam ready with the optional subject. So therefore, what Vajiram does is, after finishing a particular foundation batch, enrichment program is organized so that chapter-wise test is being conducted. 100-150 questions students are ready with. Discussion on all these questions are made. They have got primarily written materials content for these papers. So therefore, they are ready for the exam. But test series we conduct only for the students clearing mains, and soon after mains we conduct the test series. So this is the basic difference. And all these 2 programs are writing practice.
So do you also provide personalized guidance under this?
Yes.
Okay.
Team of teachers, there are 4 different senior teachers. They'll be sitting with the candidates, identify their problems, time slot will be allocated to them.
Okay.
It's a hand-holding program. So it's a hand-holding program in the sense every candidate's basic problem will be addressed and attempt will be made to make him exam ready. And there is a teacher who sits at length with the students for 4 to 5 hours. So
that is truly a hand-holding.
Yeah, and they are professionals actually. They love their students. They want to sit with them, and let me add it. the men's result that came yesterday.
Yes, sir.
So many students have qualified, and remarkably, these students, 3-4 of them, they are not writing that brilliant answer. And one of our examiner primarily, used to talk to them regularly when they are depressed, feeling low, and they have done so miraculously well. And they themselves was telling, one sent me the message, said that professors primarily helped me out to get the best out of me and see where I am today.
Basically, this personalized guidance will help you analyze your own potential, true potential.
Yeah, every student is a brilliant, he's having brilliance. He's a creative genius. But only thing is how to explore best out of the student. That the teacher should do.
True, sir. So, how important are current events or contemporary examples, if we say, in answer writing sociology optional?
Yeah, so the current affairs is very important because when a professor is preparing question, he knows that these people are going to be civil servants in future. And a civil servant should not be tested on the basis of theoretical knowledge. The knowledge that he is gathering during his preparation, how he is going to utilize it when he is serving as a bureaucrat. So keeping that in mind, questions are framed. For that matter, when somebody is asking, preparing a question on Max Weber. So he is asking this question. Weberian theory of capitalism is a misconceived idea, because Weber tells only in Protestant society capitalism will develop. But we have not gone for capitalism. We are the third largest economy of the world. So what are the conditions that promoted capitalism through globalization in the context of India? If a student is having very good idea, he can thread the links together with that of Max Weber's ideas and say that his ideas are misconceived propositions. So therefore, what we do in Vajiram class, every topic that is being discussed is related to current affairs. So that students get a feel of interdisciplinarity. Their mental horizon is expanded, thinking capability is becoming very comprehensive. Once they think comprehensively, they don't go for compartmentalization. This is polity, this is economy, this is sociology. Every subject is related to every other subject. So once they develop that kind of, comprehensive capacity, compatibility, they write brilliant answers.
I think this is one of the major components that is going to help students maximize their score.
Yes. Because I always keep saying sociology is not there in the book. When you are walking across the road, you see the crowd and what they are discussing, that is sociology. Two people fighting with each other, that is sociology. Talking to a rickshaw puller, his narrative is also sociology. Sociology is a story of everybody's life in society. So he can discuss politics with you, he can discuss family with you, he can discuss religion about you, he can discuss poverty with you. So they are our teachers actually.
Sir, what would be your advice for the students who are writing their paper with sociology optional for the very first time, the beginners, I would say?
See, what beginners primarily do, why beginners? They are repeaters also. What they primarily do, they pick up one book and read that. Always remember, when I am writing a book, I am writing about my perception on the themes and the issues. So when you are reading the book, two kinds of books are available in the market. The students, those who have qualified the exam, their notes they have printed in the form of the book, and students call these as toppers' notes or primarily one book. Other is the original book you cannot read and you are not supposed to read, you don't have time and you don't have purpose to read it. To gather sociological knowledge, these key books available in the market are not sufficient. So what these students do, I have seen, I shout at them. They bring some, kunjis from the market and say, sir, should I read from that? I said, if you read from this book, you will never be able to qualify. And your youth is involved, parents' dreams are involved, money is involved in your preparation. So write a first good attempt and make it a go at the second attempt. And for that, quality materials are always important. Good understanding of the subject is important. learning the content from a particular standard text available in the market, one cannot get good score. Therefore, you have to have a good understanding and some basic good quality materials to fill the void. If that is done, you can clear the exam.
Sir, sociology truly is a stress reliever subject, right? But there's this time management that makes students jittery. So what should be the strategy to cover the syllabus to prepare for the sociology optional when you have limited time?
See, actually, ideally speaking, one should prepare his optional 1 year before. He's deciding to 1 year before he's preparing for his GS.
Okay.
Because optional is quite a huge area. And it also contains 500 marks. And you can relate your optional content with different areas of GS and ethics and essay. You can do that. So once your preparation for optional is done, so in the remaining time, you can imagine which part of the optional I can be relating where. So then you prepare for your GS. And while preparing for GS, you don't have that anxiety. I'm not done with my optional. So that anxiety will not be there. What people do is they think that optionals can be done in 3 months' time. And after they qualify prelims, they search for that optional. So there they do not know what to do. And in 2-3 months' time, few people clear because, they have got that kind of mental orientation. It's practically not possible for a student to understand the subject best, do writing practice and get a good score in 3 months' time. So at least 6 months before, 1 year before, you should do your optional subject very comprehensively. Writing practice should be done. And then you get time to think how to relate the things. And those who are writing primarily exam, optional just after their prelims, they have no choice left out than to read the materials available, comprehend them, go for some writing practice. Then just have faith in God that He should smile at them.
So as someone who holds more than 40 years of experience in this field of sociology, so what would be your advice to the students who are going to appear in 2025?
Relax. First word would be relax. You cannot do anything in your life unless you are at peace with yourself. May that be studies, may that be family, may that be war, may that be, you are working as a bureaucrat. So first is buy peace with yourself. Second is, whatever material you have in hand, make best use of it. Repetitively read them. Don't mechanically read them. Understand what you are reading. And understand the purpose for what you are why you are reading it. If your purpose is knowledge, reading is different. Intensity of reading, focus of reading will be different. When I read a book, I read for knowledge. When you are reading a book, you are reading a content, you are reading that content to write a good answer. So when you are reading something, refer to previous year question papers. See what kind of questions are coming from that particular chapter. What kind of dynamism examiner is bringing. Think what new dynamic orientation can be attached to the answer. If your mind is working in that way, sociology have 20 topics. If you cover these 20 topics well, then syllabus is within your grip. And it's an interesting, subject. You feel connected to it. So therefore, no worries, no tension, just relax. Get primarily, if possible, you go for a coaching. If you do not go for a coaching, primarily get best of primarily understanding of the subject. And most importantly, fall in love with the subject that you are choosing as your optional. Don't mechanically read it. Standard text, effective time management, confidence in yourself, and good footing over the subject can make you successful.
So now one question, the last question I would say, on the behalf of students. Sir, would you be, and if you are, would be personally involved in this program, and this will be totally a relieving shelter, you will be there?
What is my role in this enrichment program? Let me tell you.
Yes, sir.
I make the question papers.
Okay.
And trust me, questions papers will be really, really difficult for you.
Okay.
I prepare the question papers beyond the imagination of what the paper setter would be asking you. So most of the time students tell that Vajiram question papers are difficult. They're bound to be difficult because if you are attending difficult questions, simple questions will be cakewalk to you. When you are writing these difficult answers, you are also passing through the small passages where other questions are related from the same topic. So I prepare the question papers. 2-3 examiners who are also the professors of the university, they prepare the content. I go through the content and make revisions of the content. And doubt clearance session, I'll be the one who will be taking your doubts and clarifying them. Evaluation will be done by the professors. They are of equal primarily competence. You can meet them. You can discuss your problem with them. If you have any other problem, you can come to me and also discuss with me about your problems.
So when you were talking about that, we will be providing the difficult questions and everything. I remember one of our toppers, Medhanand, she also discussed this thing in the interview. She was like, in the initial test, I was not scoring very much. It was so difficult and I was so angry that I'm not able to score this much. The paper is very hard. These people are making very difficult questions. And then she was praising, okay, now I understand why it was there. So we are taking the best out of best for you.
See, our job is not to make you happy.
Yes, sir.
Our job is to make you clear the exam and make your parents happy and do a meaningful work for the society.
Yes, sir.
So therefore, this is, first sentence I told you, this is not a market-centric program. So we make this program to ensure that students are working like wage laborer, working hard, sweating it out. And at the end of the day, they're getting best out of primarily their efforts. So therefore, it's a very devoted program. You know how much of effort goes into it. So many people working day and out, they're planning this program. So you'll be benefiting from the program, trust me. So, but you should be sincere, equally sincere, like the teachers are sincere. And the institute is giving that freedom to everybody to primarily do their job. Okay. Thank you. Thank you so much. You want to ask anything?
No, sir. So this was truly an amazing podcast. We are actually very happy that we are able to clear the doubts according to our enrichment program, because students really don't know much about it. And they need to know what we are actually providing, right? Best out of best is there. And the ultimate goal here is to clear the exam.
See, what is happening? This is the last note I'll be putting here. People consider this is a kind of test series. This is a kind of, mechanical program where questions are given. Students can write the answer at home. Any program that is being launched is launched with a purpose, with devotion, with dedication, keeping the interest of the students in mind.
True.
So I am only primarily trying my best to ensure that more the students clear. So their smile can keep us primarily adding life to our, adding edges to our life.
Truly.
So that is the whole purpose. There is no other purpose left out.
Surely, sir. Okay. So thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Pooja. Thank you.
And this was an informative session for you. And we will be back with such amazing sessions again and again. Till then, you just have to do one thing, that is keep studying. We will be back. Thank you all.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Pooja. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. God bless you.